Broke after graduating high school, I started working immediately. Now, at 27, I unexpectedly met a former classmate in front of the company I work for, and they are still making the same snide remarks as before. I received a wedding invitation from the couple planning to get married soon, but had no intention of attending their wedding since they've always made me miserable.
Would a poorly educated and incompetent person like you stay away from my husband?
Sending an invitation out of the blue and then asking to stay away. I wasn't even upset anymore, just astonished. After discussing with my boyfriend, he said he had a good plan and we decided to go to the wedding together. My name is Kelsey, 27 years old. I lost my father to illness right after starting my junior year of high school. My mother raised my sisters and me single-handedly. My sisters only 8 and 6 years old at the time. The day my mother collapsed from overwork, I decided not to pursue further studies after high school and started working instead. Growing up in such a household, we were very poor, and at school I was always harassed by some of my classmates. Of course, I had friends who understood my situation, and I wasn't too bothered by it, so I never told my mother. However, looking back at my school days, I can't exactly say it was fun. I was invited to a high school reunion 3 years ago. I didn't really want to go, but since my friends I was close to were attending, I decided to join. As experienced, Ashley, the main instigator of the bullying, was there.
Wow, you went to ABC University? That's a prestigious school, isn't it? It's nothing big. I just attended because we had the money. By the way, Kelsey, what did you do after high school?
Oh,
right. You started working immediately. It's tough growing up in a poor family.
Ashley was the same as ever. It's been more than 5 years, yet at 24 I still received the same old sarcasm from high school. My close friends would tell me not to worry and treated me kindly, which slightly lifted my spirits. I also met my current boyfriend around the time of the reunion. At that time I was still poor due to family debts and needed to pay for my sister's tuition, so I was also working part-time jobs apart from my main job, which left me physically exhausted. It was then that Mike noticed me struggling while working with a high fever, accompanied me to the hospital, and took care of me.
Kelsey, I know you're a hard worker, but if you break down, you'll make your family sad. Just take some rest now.
Mike's words were a lifesaver, and gradually I reduced my part-time jobs. Now, after 3 years of dating, we have both been promoted and are living together, considering marriage. One day, a postcard suddenly arrived at our apartment. Sender was Jared Miller. It was a wedding invitation from a high school classmate. I wasn't very close to Jared, so I was puzzled why the invitation was sent to me. The reason became clear upon seeing the name of the bride. It was Ashley. It was obvious she wanted to demean me for entertainment at her wedding. Seeing my pale face, Mike suggested to decline, so I was about to mark "will not attend" when my phone suddenly rang. It was Ashley's name on the screen.
Oh, Kelsey, did you get the invitation?
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you so much. You're coming to the wedding, right? Oh, don't worry about the gift. You probably don't have the money anyway.
Aw, Ashley is so kind. That's my bride.
It's nothing. Kelsey's always been poor, so of course I have to be considerate.
Unable to endure the sickening conversation, I abruptly hung up. Hearing the conversation confirmed that I didn't even need to respond to their invitation. After that, Ashley kept on sending me photos of her wedding dress and engagement ring. A few days later, I had dinner with friends, and the conversation naturally turned to Ashley's wedding.
I heard Ashley got fired from a major company in just 3 months and is now working at a bar.
Well, I heard Jared had a bad reputation with women and has been playing around.
They're similar, so maybe they're a good match. My friends who had defended me during my school days also suffered from harassment by Ashley's group. They knew I wasn't poor anymore, held a respectable position, and had a boyfriend, so they talked about how pitiful it was for her to still look down on me. Everyone had received an invitation and was discussing whether to attend, but no conclusion was reached by the end of the day. The next day, as usual, I was waiting for Mike in front of the building after work when I was unexpectedly approached.
Kelsey, long time no see.
Jared?
You work here too?
Yeah, something like that.
You must be just working part-time, right? You can't be like that at 27, can you?
Jared, the sender of the invitation. By some twist of fate, it seems Jared was also working at the same company. It had been 3 years since our last encounter at the reunion. I didn't talk much with Jared during high school, but I remembered he always called me poor. Perhaps it's better that he now calls me Kelsey, but after all, he's Ashley's fiancé. I thought his nature was rotten, and I wasn't really interested in continuing the conversation since I hardly remembered him. While I was thinking all this, Ashley also showed up.
Jared. Wow, Kelsey. Why are you here?
It seems she's working here as a part-timer.
Still a poor part-timer at 27?
You've always been too soft on yourself.
Would a poorly educated and incompetent like you stay away from my husband?
Relax. She's doing her best in her own way. It's sad to compare her to elites like us, who went to prestigious universities, isn't it?
Aw, you're so kind. Is it that you like Jared and that's why you work at the same company?
Man, sorry, Kelsey. Ashley's the only one for me.
After Ashley joined, I didn't say a word, but they kept chatting excitedly. I never said I was working part-time or that I liked Jared, but they somehow misunderstood and then left on their own. They left as they said they'll be looking forward to seeing me at their wedding, and right after they left, Mike came out from the building. Mike is a recruiter in the same company, so I told him that apparently Jared is also in the same company as us. Then Mike suddenly spoke up as if remembering something.
I thought I recognized the name on the invitation, but he's probably the one that's going to have his contract terminated for his poor work attitude.
What? So Jared's a temporary employee?
Yeah, why?
And he lectured me about how unacceptable it is to be a part-timer at 27. The one who told me that part-timing was no good was not a permanent employee, but a temporary employee soon to be fired. I don't have anything against freelancers or temporary employees, but I feel they're not in a position to look down on me. I don't know if Ashley really works in a bar, but she couldn't possibly be boasting of a prestigious university graduation in her current situation. She must be in a worse position than me. Yet she fails to realize it, which I find quite pitiful. But I had no interest in them, so I no longer had any desire to celebrate their wedding. It seems I really shouldn't go to the wedding.
No, let's go.
What?
I have a good idea.
Mike stopped me as I tried to tear up the invitation and smiled. After hearing Mike's plan, I felt a bit anxious, but soon I was prepared for revenge. Then Mike gathered information on Jared's work attitude at the company, and I contacted friends to attend the wedding together. 2 days before the wedding, Ashley called me out to a cafe in front of the station. What is it?
Look at my wedding ring. We're officially married now, so I thought I'd tell you.
She's probably still misunderstanding that I like Jared. It's great for her to be this happy, maybe even enviable before what to come.
I feel so bad for you, have no money, and can't even properly fall in love. Kelsey, you better find a man soon.
Is that all you called me for? I felt like I wasted my time being called out for just this. Thinking so, I was slightly glad that she misunderstood that I was jealous, because she quickly let me go. Unnoticed about how their wedding would turn out, the day of the wedding came. Mike and I drove to the venue all dressed up. I felt guilty about potentially ruining the happiness of the couple, but I also felt the tension as the time to confront them approached. Upon arriving at the venue and entering the bride's waiting room, the bride looked at me with her usual malicious smile.
Kelsey, you came. You rented a dress for me despite having no money? I was afraid you might come in a t-shirt.
Congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you. Oh, that's right. I want you to make a special speech as my friend.
What?
I mean, you're an important friend of mine, so you wouldn't say no, right?
Okay. I didn't expect Ashley to ask for a speech, but thanks to her, it was easier to proceed with Mike's plan naturally. Finally, the wedding began, and the bride and groom entered with majestic music. Applause filled the church, and happiness spread throughout. After the couple exchanged eternal vows, a glamorous reception was held, and the venue was quickly enveloped in a festive atmosphere. Speeches from the groom's friends, the bride's friends, and greetings from both families followed. As a video of the couple's memories played, the wedding reached its peak excitement, and just then, Ashley winked at me and Jared suddenly stood up and exclaimed,
"Everyone, may I have your attention? My wife's good friend Kelsey would like to make a special speech."
Kelsey had a crush on Jared, and even though she was heartbroken, she came to her wedding, so let's have a listen.
Ashley's introduction hushed the entire venue. As rude as this introduction was, I wasn't the one who was going to be embarrassed. And during the sympathetic glances directed at me, I stood at the microphone, gave a brief self-introduction, and started my speech. I first met Ashley in elementary school, and we were together until high school graduation. I was often bullied and sneered at for being poor, but Ashley was kind to me. I was shy and could make many friends, but she was the first to speak to me. I was really happy that she did so. Mike's plan, step 1. In the beginning of the speech, highlight all of Ashley's good points. I listed good attributes of Ashley in a fitting manner. Like always, bright and full of energy and popular with everyone regardless of gender. By doing this, the aim was to catch the bride and groom off guard. After sufficiently praising her, I lightly explained my own circumstances to gain sympathy. In the speech, I talked about how after graduating, I immediately started working to help support my mother. Then I talked about how it was 3 years ago that we met at our reunion after quite some time. Ashley hadn't changed at all since our school days. She boasted about her educational background, calling me uneducated, incompetent, and poor, just as she used to. It was as if nothing had changed, bragging about being popular, having wealthy parents, and attending a prestigious university. I was tired of hearing it. My speech took a sudden turn, causing a stir across the venue. Mike's plan, step 2. Throw in an experience that would drastically ruin the bride's reputation. At this point, I engaged everyone at the venue in the world of my speech. As planned, the atmosphere in the venue changed dramatically, but I didn't care and meticulously explained each instance of bullying I remembered. Ashley glared at me fiercely and walked up to me.
What are you saying? It's my wedding, you know.
That's right. Are you taking revenge because you were rejected?
It's a speech from a friend. I'm just sharing my memories with you, Ashley. Contrary to the emotional bride, I continued my speech without changing my tone. Visibly frustrated, Ashley bit her lower lip while I continued. Calling it a memory, I continued to expose Ashley, which echoed throughout the venue. I delivered the final blow to the visibly shaken bride. Recently, when I bumped into Ashley and Jared, she told me that a poorly educated and incompetent like myself should stay away from them. So as requested by the bride, I will officially do so and cut ties with you in front of everyone. At my signal, Mike stood up in the center of the venue and walked boldly to the bride and groom's seats, handing the groom an envelope. The groom slowly opened the envelope and took out a paper which read, "Notice of Contract Termination.
From now on, may you two be happy forever in a new environment."
I agreed to fulfill this last request as a thank you for all the care Ashley has given me. I wish you both the best. Congratulations on your wedding. That's all from me. As I finished my speech, the main couple stood up, trying to detain me. Jared lunged at Mike, asking why a stranger brought a termination notice. It seems he thought the notice was fake. But the moment Mike presented his business card, his complexion turned visibly pale.
Your poor work attitude was discussed within our company, and this was decided in a meeting. Now, Kelsey can cut ties with you two, killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Kelsey?
Kelsey, our area manager, and my girlfriend. You said you were just a part-timer.
You liked Jared, didn't you?
I never said I was a part-timer or that I liked Jared. At Mike's sudden confession, the two were speechless. It was a natural reaction, as both had misunderstood that I was just a part-timer and liked Jared. Our bold revelation prompted Ashley's middle and high school classmates who attended the wedding to stand up and confess one by one that they too had been harassed. As this went on, a shocking thing was revealed. As rumored, Ashley, after graduating from a prestigious university and getting fired from a major company, was back working in the bar she had worked at during university. Jared's parents were lied to, believing she still worked at that major company, turning the venue into complete chaos. In the end, the wedding had to be suspended, and the couple had a big argument. Both being prideful, they had decided to marry based on looks, education, and status. As soon as they saw each other's true selves, they argued that they couldn't possibly marry each other. Later, it came to light that Ashley was flirting with customers and store staff, and Jared was cheating with colleagues. They filed for divorce just 2 months after registering their marriage. Since then, I have not received any contact from Ashley, who is apparently repaying the wedding expenses by working in that bar. After being fired, Jared took up very hard physical labor, working from morning till night. On the other hand, I no longer receive harassment from Ashley and live peacefully. My work has been going better than ever, and I am one step closer to a promotion. Living with Mike is going well, and just the other day, he proposed, and Mike and I will be registering our marriage soon. Having Ashley and Jared as negative examples, we discussed again to support each other without lies. I am grateful for the love given by my mother, sister, and Mike, and I will continue to cherish this happiness.